In this week's episode of the Fitness Business Podcast, understanding content marketing and the benefits for your business, why video is an essential ingredient for connecting with prospects, and tips for launching your content marketing strategy. All of that and more coming up in today's show. You're listening to episode 258 of the Fitness Business Podcast. We'd like to thank this month's premier podcast partner, Tribe Team Training, the world-class leaders in small group training experiences. Earn unprecedented profit, gain guaranteed results for your members, and ensure the very best small group training education for your coaches. Contact Tribe Team Training today and have a conversation to see just how much opportunity there is at your fitness facility. Go to tribeteamtraining.com or click on the link in today's show notes. Hi everyone, a very warm welcome along to the show. My special guest this week is Tim Lyons, the founder and CEO of ProFit Marketing Solutions and Pulse Fitness Training. Tim has spent the last decade as a gym owner and operator in the fitness industry, and he knows firsthand the challenges of gym ownership, and he understands the needs for reliable, results-driven marketing solutions. As the creator of ProFit Marketing Solutions, he's devised industry-specific marketing strategies, and he's helped hundreds of fitness professionals learn how to successfully market their products and services. Tim is the author of best-selling published book, Built to Grow, The Gym Owner's Guide to Success and Scalability, and he's the creator and host of the weekly podcast, Built to Grow. During today's show, I chat to Tim about how to be the only fitness solution for your prospects. We're about to transition into this week's interview, but first, here's a message from our friends at Tribe Team Training. Tribe Team Training specializes in nothing but developing the very best team training programs available. Find out more, go to tribeteamtraining.com or click on the link in today's show notes. This week, we are diving straight into the interview. I started by asking Tim to share the definition of content marketing. Here's what he had to say.
I would say, in a nutshell, if you just were to say the grand scope of content marketing is really to give. And when you're marketing and pushing content into your marketplace, you're really wanting to provide as much value to your marketplace. And it can be done in a million different ways. Like, for instance, this podcast is technically a form of content marketing, but a lot of people think of it as video or ebooks or blogs. Those all would fall in the category of content marketing. But the ultimate goal is to really give value to your marketplace, earn trust, put deposits in the bank with your market.
Okay, so you work with a lot of fitness owners out there in the market. What have you seen being as the major benefit for a fitness owner to actually use content marketing in their business?
I would say, number one, nobody else is doing it, right? So in the marketplace, if you were to scroll your feed today and you're in any given market, you're going to see ad after ad after ad asking for the user or the prospect to take action on some type of offer. And that's not content marketing. That's actually the opposite of content marketing. In fact, that's what we call direct response marketing. Well, it can be used, direct response, I should say. It's a great use of way to get leads, but over time, it burns your market out. If all you're doing is asking for your marketplace to give you something, sign up now, buy my thing, try us out, it ends up getting stale and you burn your marketplace out. So using content marketing is a way to kind of give value while you can also run direct response behind it. I think the biggest benefit is the fact that nobody else is doing it and you're going to be different.
Tim, can you walk us through the elements of a successful content marketing campaign?
Number one, what are the things that you do in your business that get somebody the result they're looking for? So if you just think about it this way, they're walking around sad, depressed, they want a result. What are the things that you do within your gym or in your program that gets somebody that result? So a lot of clients, obviously fitness is going to be one of those. We call those core pillars. What is it that you do in your fitness that gets the result? Do you run high intensity interval training? Are you a functional studio? Do you do bodybuilding? Are you a CrossFit space? And when you're creating those types of pieces of content, you want to highlight the reasons why it's of value to your end user, like the person scrolling their feed, or you're posting and putting an email out, pushing people back to the blog. Why is it that they should come see you versus the competitor? And a lot of times what happens is when people are running the same offer in the same market, you're now the same as everybody else. So let's just say, for instance, out here in the US, it's 6-week challenges have been all the rage. But the unfortunate thing is everybody's running the same thing. So why would somebody go to your gym over your competitor's gym if you guys are offering the same solution to their problem? And so by running the same thing as everybody else, you're basically putting yourself into competition with them versus what marketing should be doing, which is taking you out of the competition and making you the only solution. And so that's why content marketing is so important to do, because to the end consumer, they're scrolling, they're looking for a solution. And if everybody's doing the same thing, they're going to just go to the cheapest place. And that's the last thing you want. You don't want to start competing on price. And so by able to, to explain that in a way, and I like to use video, and I can explain that in a little bit, to do this content, you can really set yourself apart. And that's the whole goal of marketing, is to make you, to give your prospects the impression that you're the only, the best solution for their problems.
I definitely want to dive into that video piece in some more detail in just a second, Tim. But first, I think, you mentioned a couple of times the word direct response marketing, and I have to put my hand up and say, way back in the day when I first started in corporate, I used to look after a whole lot of direct response marketing, and it still exists today. I'm talking about 15, 20 years ago. It still exists today, but I think just so that we all have a really clear picture, I should say, of the difference, do you want to just quickly define to us how you would define direct response marketing? And maybe lead into what the impact is on the market or on your prospects when we're constantly pushing out those offers.
Yes, exactly. So you nailed it. A direct response piece of marketing is an offer. It's everywhere you look. It's not just fitness. Go to the grocery store, buy one, get one free, 50% off this. Buy my thing. It's basically advertising. It's not marketing. It's advertising. I know that we say direct response marketing, but it's here's my offer, buy my thing. And then you're asking for your client to do something. So in the fitness space, a free week, sign up for this free week pass is a direct response offer. Sign up for my 6-week challenge. That's a direct response offer. Again, it's offers. And so there's no value behind that. That's just, I want you to give me your money, prospect. Click here so you can do that. And so that's really what the direct response side of the marketing piece is. And then what happens over time is if that's all you're doing, you become pretty much white noise. There's only a select people in your marketplace right now that are ready to take action. And we would consider that the 1%. These are the people that have decided that they need to get in shape, and they decided that fitness is going to do it for them. You got to remember, being in fitness, we have a lot of competitors that you're not even thinking about. Not just the gym across the street or the other gyms in the area. Technically, if the result is losing weight, a diet could be competition for you. Any at-home workout, a yoga class, a spin cycle studio, going on a run.
Online trainers,
they're all competing for the same result, right? The client wants a specific result, and those are all the options for them. And so for you just to constantly slam an offer for a free pass, you're really only speaking to the 1% of the people that decided fitness is the solution for them, and fitness is the solution for them right now. And that's it. So what happens is after you burn your marketplace out, everybody's decided that, they've either tried you or decided not to try you. They're not going to react anymore. And then you just continue changing the offers. It's only going to start, slowly increasing your cost per lead and slowly diminishing your returns. And a lot of people are experiencing that right now. Unfortunately, that's the norm. My cost per lead's higher. Facebook must have changed their algorithm. And really what it comes down to is, no, you burnt your damn market out and you just slammed them with offers all the day. And you never gave them anything for that. So that's where you got to be really careful.
What I really want to do now is dive into the detail around video. So you mentioned video earlier and you recommend using video when it comes to our content marketing, our content creation. So talk us through what you feel the primary benefits are for using that particular medium.
Yeah. Video, I would say absolutely. If you're doing content marketing, at least do video at number one. If you're going to do other things, great. That would just support video. And the reason to use video is twofold, right? Number one is they get to see the person that they're going to be working with, potentially. They get to see and feel and hear, and it's visually right there in front of them. Video is the most highly digested content medium in the marketplace today. Videos, I don't know the numbers, but like YouTube's the second highest search engine in the world. Mm-hmm. It's all video based. People are scrolling. You see videos on Facebook and Instagram. People are watching those at a staggering rate. So that's great. They could see you, they could hear you, they can visualize them being in your space. That's a great reason to use video. Number two is all the tools that you can use with social media that go with video. Number one being you can actually track who's watching those videos. And we would do that in the back end called a custom audience. And you can use that. There's several different styles, I guess, parameters that would go around a custom audience. But you can say, hey, I want to target anybody that's watched 50% of this video. So put them in this bucket. And we would call that a custom audience. Well, Facebook calls it a custom audience. And you can put another bucket together I want everybody that's watched 25% of this video or 10 seconds or 3 seconds. And there's all these parameters. The more that people can digest of your content, meaning 50%, 75%, or even higher, is 95%, those people have raised their hand and said, hey, I'm interested in what you have to say, Mr. Gym Owner, Mrs. Gym Owner, Mrs. Trainer. Why don't you keep giving me some more of that videos because I'm interested. And when you start doing this style of marketing, you're actually talking to everybody else, those 99% of the people that are maybe unaware of who you are. Maybe they're looking at several different solutions for their problems. And all of a sudden they're starting to engage with your videos. Well, you can show those people more videos and more videos. And all of a sudden you get these warmer buyers, or I guess they're more aware of your product. And then you can offer those people your direct response marketing. Then you start seeing your cost per lead come way down. And on top of that, of all of this, is you've got a better client on the back end of that. So instead of giving somebody something for free just to get leads, you got somebody that has decided to watch your videos. They've decided you're the solution for their problem, and they're going to pay full price for what you're offering because they've decided to watch all of your content. So that's the biggest benefit of using video.
One of the things that I would love for you to do, if you don't mind, is perhaps take us into the shoes of a gym owner, and you're the owner of Pulse Fitness in Scottsdale, and tell us how you're actually utilizing content marketing and specifically video within your business.
Absolutely. So we love video here. In fact, we practice what we preach. Although I'm a marketer, I do own a gym, like you mentioned, and we do the same practice here at the facility. Here's how we structure it. We've decided as a team, there's several things that make us better or different than our competition. We've written all those things out. And as a team, every single Thursday, in the benefit of having a team is that my coaches are the ones doing the videos, not necessarily me. We come up with the topics together. And we've decided at this gym, we get people out of pain. That's one of our main reasons and differentiators that we are better than the competition. We talk highly about functional training and fat loss and all types of different exercise. So that being said, we come up with topics, and the way we utilize it is we'll call it evergreen offer here. If somebody wants to come try us out, it's 14 days for $89. It's no secret. Many of our clients started this way. It's all over our website, and that's our core offer. And that's just a great way to have people come try us. But instead of just blasting that offer always to our marketplace, the way that we use video content in our marketing strategy is we'll create the videos and we'll post them either once or twice a week, depending on if we're ahead or not, right? I think right now we're ahead, so you're going to see twice a week videos popping out. And we get in the gym, we turn the music off, and we have a coach explain something. So several of the videos out there, you're going to see corrective movements to get people out of pain. We've got fat loss workouts. We've got one of the latest ones we did. The common myth is, will females get bulky if they do strength training? And we've debunked that myth. And basically, we're talking to the audience who we're trying to attract. And so we'll post the video out. We'll brand it. We're very clean on our branding. We'll put the words on the bottom of the video, and we'll post it on our Facebook page and Instagram. And then behind that, we're going to go ahead and spend some money to get some views on that. We're very consistent with the radius around our gym that we kind of only just push content to this area. So what happens over time is we build up these little audiences, like I was telling you, of people that have watched our videos. And then on the back end, we're going to start retargeting the people, not everybody that's watched the video, just the people that have watched the video that are in the radius that we've set. So while these videos can go viral and get shared, we've had several with over 50,000 views, but I can tell you there's probably views in Australia. We're not going to send you an offer because there's no reason for you to come on over and work out with us unless you're in town, right? So we turn around and then we run a campaign specifically to the people in our area that have watched our videos. And we run that same evergreen offer, 14 days for $89. And when we get a client through this process, 99% of the time they're going to join, and they're going to join on one of our highest tiered packages. And that for us is over $400 a month. So it behooves everybody to take a look at this strategy. We call it the content to client strategy. That's something we've coined at ProFit, and utilize it in your own facility. So post the videos, run some traffic to it, collect the customer data, the custom audiences, and then run your trials or your regular offers to those folks that are watching the video.
Tim, as you were talking through that strategy, the thing that kind of popped into my mind was just how much we can reduce wastage of our advertising dollars, our marketing spend, simply by following that strategy, simply by working with such a targeted audience. Now, a couple of quick questions based on what you just told us, Tim. Have you found there to be an ideal video length in the content that you've been creating?
That's a great question. I would tell you this. If you kept it under 60 seconds, that seems to be a sweet spot for watching the videos, and you can also use it on different platforms. But that being said, the longer videos have also generated great returns for us. So 3-minute, 4-minute, even 7-minute videos, if you can get somebody watching 95% of a 7-minute video, that's a solid person to talk to. So I would do a mix. For us, the shorter ones have been better, but we have seen a lot of success in the longer ones as well. And just at the ProFit level, running the marketing campaigns to gym owners, our longer videos actually do better. So at the gym level, the shorter ones. At the marketing level, for the marketing agency, always been the longer videos. So I think it's one of those, you got to test it in your market and just track it. And that's the best thing about digital marketing, is that you can track every dollar spent on a return. And so you could see if somebody's watched this video and you've retargeted them with an offer and they purchased the offer, your dollar, where that dollar, what your return on investment is, versus say like a direct mail piece or a billboard or TV commercial or radio. You have no idea where they heard you. So that's what the benefit is of running digital marketing. If you haven't already probably talked about that 75 times on this show, I'll just hit that nail one more time for you.
No, absolutely. It makes so much sense. Now, I have one more question in relation to the case study that you just talked us through, because you mentioned at the very beginning that you sit down with the team and come up with the topics that you're going to talk about. My question is, Tim, do you have a set planning period? So, for example, do you sit down with the team and say, okay, we're going to plan the next 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 12 weeks of content? And do you use any type of a system, a scheduling system, an Excel spreadsheet? Like, is there anything that you can tell us in regards to how you make sure that once you've gone, okay, here are the 6 topics, that actually gets executed and then actioned?
Great question. So there's a couple things that we do here that, I didn't really mention. So yes, every week we have a team meeting and we have a coaches meeting. So within the coaches meeting is where we define the topics for the next month. We're always a month ahead with content. So we're never scrambling to think about, like, oh my God, what are we going to do? We're always way out in advance. And when we do 6 videos at a time and we're only really releasing 1 or 2 a week, we always seem to be ahead. So that's never been a struggle. We do keep an Excel spreadsheet kind of internally so we can know what we've already talked about. And we can sometimes when we have a video, we have a great video that was one of our first videos that turned out to be one of our best that, basically our fitness director, who's a muscle therapist here, he showed people how to get out of shoulder pain by using a lacrosse ball against the wall. And we had so many comments, shares, and likes and views on that thing that we decided to do a different version of it, and it took off just as good. So that tells us, wow, people really want to hear about this stuff. There's a lot of people out there in pain. Let's keep hitting topics on how to get people out of pain. So that's kind of the angle of some of our videos, but a lot of them are, the way we come up with our content a lot of times is, what are our clients asking us in the training sessions that we could obviously turn into a piece of content? And that's a really great way, because if your clients are asking it, your potential marketplace is going to have the same questions. So planning meetings every week. We're always about a month ahead. We use an Excel spreadsheet. We watch and see which ones do really, really well. And then we just kind of repeat those styles of topics. Now, one thing I would mention here is, video is one piece of content. And a lot of people are like, well, how do I produce all of this stuff? One of the best things you can do is when you create a topic, you can then repurpose that same exact content into different mediums. So that shoulder video, the shoulder pain video, you can turn that into a blog. That blog can then turn into an email piece. That email piece could turn into a link back to your website. So you can start, retargeting people from the pixel on your website. You can do a podcast about it. We just launched our podcast for the gym. So our first episode was last week. So we're using the same topics because we know our audience, instead of coming up with 1 million different topics, maybe come up with 52 topics, and now you're good for the year. So that's the kind of maybe some key takeaways there.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I love that you plan at least a month in advance. I think that's such a great strategy to use. And I'm a huge fan, as a podcaster, I'm a huge fan of repurposing. And I don't know if you use this particular tool, but we, for many years now, have used rev.com, rev.com. And for anyone out there that hasn't heard of Rev, it is an incredibly simple to use online platform where if you have a video or an audio piece, you upload it to Rev and Rev transcribes that for you. So basically, we can transcribe an entire 40-minute podcast or a 9-minute video or whatever it might be. It does a word-for-word transcription, sends it back to you in a Word document, and then, as Tim was just explaining, you can use that in blog posts, you can use that in a long-form content, you can write an article, use it for content for your website, anything and everything. Grab out quotes, which I love. Grab out great quotes that you've had from the discussion. So yeah, rev.com is a super cool online tool. There is a fee. I think it's $1 a minute or something like that, but well worth it and great time saver. So Tim, I feel like we've probably captured this in the conversation that we've had already. So I guess my question is, are there any other ways that you would say that we can use content marketing to show our prospects that we can provide the solutions that they are looking for?
Well, like I said, all the different mediums are going to attract a different style of audience, right? So maybe there's people on your email list that aren't on social media. So I would hit them there. I would hit them if you have I'm thinking a podcast for a local gym is going to do really, really well. Time will tell. But you could talk about these things right there. You can do a seminar in your gym and just talk about how to get people out of pain, or the best core movements, or the best workouts for fat loss, or nutrition is huge, right? Supplements, all those things can be turned from video to blog post to seminar to audio to whatever. Again, it's the same thing. There's one piece of software that is very, very new. It probably isn't out there yet that you guys could use, and this is what we use for a lot of our videos. It's called ClipScribe. Now, ClipScribe allows you to upload your video, and it will transcribe the subtitles into the video for you, and you can create a nice frame and titles and logos in the video. So it's a video editor, but it produces those meme style videos that you see. So, like Gary Vee's using, that's what we use for all of our clients' videos and ourselves. We got away from Adobe Premiere, which is a little cumbersome. We got this brand new, it's super cheap. It's called ClipScribe. And the guy is like brand new. So I'm working with him kind of one-on-one. I'm helping him kind of develop it just as a customer of his. It's the only one I found that can knock these videos out in minutes, which is
awesome.
Huge.
So basically, I've just had a quick squiz at their website. So basically, you've got your video and it automatically adds the subtitles to your video.
Automatically does the subtitles.
What a cool program.
Hi team, for anyone that wants to check out ClickScribe, the video software that Tim just talked about, I've added a link to today's show notes. We're about to hear this week's FitBizspiration, but first here's a message from our friends at MX Metrics. Member experience is more than just NPS. With MXM's Member Experience Toolkit, you build a unified view of the member experience, from purchase to onboarding to everyday usage and cancellation. Wire your entire organization with actionable feedback using MXN's Member Experience Toolkit. To find out more, go to mxmetrics.com. Now let's return to the show where Tim is going to share his top tips for launching a content management strategy.
Number one, what are the things that you do in your gym that get the results for the client? They're coming in for something. Is it fat loss? Is it muscle gain? Is it to get on stage? What is it? Highlight those things, create your pieces of content. Those would be your pillars, and then drill down and create subtopics. So let's just say nutrition is one of the things that gets people the result in your gym. That's your pillar. Underneath that, you could say how to meal prep. That'll be a video. What a macronutrient is. That's a video. How to go grocery store shopping. That's a video. Like all of these subtopics roll up into your pillar. Now, all of a sudden, you've got all these topics. Then set time every single week to just shoot videos. A lot of people are nervous to get on camera. Just do it. Just get out there and do it. You're going to suck at first. Everybody does. But just get out there because the people want to see transparency. They want to see who they're working with. Even if you're an online coach or anybody, you need to be doing videos because that's you. You're the product, right? You're the product. So that's number two. And then leverage some software. Use ClipScribe. Use Rev, use all these different things. And then basically on the board, on a whiteboard, I should say, put your topic in the middle and then draw little lines like a wagon wheel off of that thing. Okay, I'm going to produce a video. Now that video is going to go over to an email. That video is going to be a blog post. That video is going to be posted on my social account. It's going to be on YouTube. Okay, cool. I'm going to put it there. And then you can start mapping out this web of where all your content's going to live. And then last but not least, just do it. Don't think about it. How many people are probably listening like, yeah, it's a great idea. Then 6 months later, they still haven't done it. Just do it. Even if it sucks at first, even if you just get one video out a week or a month and you just post it on social, do it. And then start building from there.
That is awesome advice. Tim, this has been such a blast chatting to you. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. It was great to really hear a perspective from someone in your position who is both an owner of a gym facility, but also an expert in the digital marketing space. So thank you for taking the time to join us today on the Fitness Business Podcast.
I appreciate you having me. That was a blast. Thank you.
Thank you once again to Tim for sharing such great insights and actions. Now here's a message from our podcast partner, Precor. Tribe, if you haven't explored a functional training space for your gym, then now is the time. With Queenex Functional Training by Precor, there is a unit to fit every space. Plus, education is included to ensure that training is delivered with confidence. You need to jump online and check this out right now. Go to precor.com/fitness business podcast.
Precor Quickfire 5.
Hi team, we don't have our usual Precor Quickfire 5 this week because next week's show is a special edition of Talking Trends. So I'll be coming to you next week with a surprise guest. But in the meantime, I'll give you a little bit of a hint about the show. The topics that we're going to be focusing on will be marketing, sales, and managing teams. I love a little bit of mystery. Now, best that you tune in next week to find out who our special guest will be. This week's throwback show is episode 178, How to Start Your Own YouTube Channel, with my special guest, Sean Cannell. I thought it was a pretty perfect flashback since we had such a big focus on video during today's main interview. Now, during that show with Sean, you learn about how to set up your own YouTube channel, questions that you should ask when creating videos for your channel, and how to optimize your YouTube videos. If you missed that episode, then head over to today's show notes at fitnessbusinesspodcast.com and in the search field, type 178. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's show. A reminder that, of course, all the resources and the links for today's episode can all be found at fitnessbusinesspodcast.com. Thank you to our foundation partner, Active Management. Active Management are a fitness business coaching company that help clients all over the world. And this month, I have a business tip for you all. Join the Active Management Facebook community. It's an amazing group and you'll meet like-minded fitness owners and managers from all over the world. All you need to do is go to facebook.com/groups/Active Management Community. It's a highly engaging community where JT from Active Management shares loads of resources. Things like photos from inside gyms, reasons to exercise, a monthly book club, challenges, and even ideas under $50. It's free and it is an awesome community. Once again, just go to facebook.com/groups/Active Management Community. Thank you all so much for joining me today. And remember, what you leave behind is not what's engraved in stone monuments, but what is woven into the lives of others.